Dustin De La Torre with FightHubTV.com, here with TJ Keith, the man who will be making his Octagon debut on UFC on FX4 against Ramsey Nijem. TJ, talk about your opportunity. You got this opportunity to fight in the UFC. You were supposed to make your debut a while back. You got the news that you were going to fight, and then what happened?
Actually, the morning I signed my contract, dude, it was signed my contract at 9:30 in the AM. Found out I'm going to get a 4-fight contract with UFC. By 9:30 that night, my parents' house is burned down, and that's what happened, man. And I just you know, decided to take time off and deal with my personal issues. And now that my personal issues are dealt with, I'm back in the gym, training full time, and looking forward to this opportunity I have at hand.
Talk about the highs and lows. You probably made your dream come true, making it to the UFC and getting to showcase what you're all about. And then a few hours later, just like you said, you got one of the probably the worst thing that could possibly happen to a family is their house burning down.
Yeah. By 9:30 that morning, I was on the all-time high, and I don't know, just going through the motions, signing the contract. It was I'd say it is a dream came true. Like, man, it's been 6 long years of just grinding and fighting out of, you know, from fighting out of different places, man. It took a long time. This is a long walk for me, and I'm finally here. And you know, that night I got the call that my dad's house was burned down, and was on an all-time high and went to an all-time low. I mean, you know, it's life. It happens.
Your upcoming fight, UFC on FX4 with against Ramsey Nijem. Talk about that fight. He's a well-known fighter from the Ultimate Fighter days. He was a finalist. Talk about him as an opponent, and where do you see you match up with him?
As an opponent, I see we match up well. We're both, well, he's probably got a little stronger wrestling. He probably wrestled in college. I ain't wrestling in college. I wrestled in high school only. Instead of going to wrestle in college, I decided to go to the Army. He probably went to college, got some extra wrestling in. I think we match up well as wrestlers. We're still a little fresh behind the stand-up. I guess you can say my stand-up's not that great. His stand-up is okay. I think we match up well there. He was on Ultimate Fighter, and I think this is a real good fight for me, to tell you the truth. I tried out for the same season of Ultimate Fighter that he made it on. He made it, I didn't. So I kind of got that like on my back. I think that's the thing. You know, if I beat this guy, I can make a statement that says, like, you know, I didn't make it on the Ultimate Fighter, but I beat a guy from the Ultimate Fighter who went to the finals. So I guess you could say I'm a legit candidate if I beat this guy for the 155. Fighting my first UFC debut, man, it's a great feeling. Honestly, I have family out in the East Coast, and I've always liked it out there in the East Coast. I have no bad things to say about the East Coast. It's nothing but love. I mean, I feel great, and I'm very very excited for this opportunity, and I just want to tell whoever gave me the shot, my manager, the UFC, thank you guys. I really appreciate it, and you know, I'm gonna try to hold it down and make something happen with this opportunity I have at hand. 100. I was a welterweight, and I recently just signed for the lightweight division. And I'm not gonna say I'm a big guy, but I'm a pretty big dude. So this gives me extra time to cut the weight naturally, get everything set in place, and I think everything's gonna work out.
Come fight night, what can we expect from you against Ramsey?
Honestly, I don't want to tell you something that's not gonna happen. Just it's my first UFC fight. I've always went in there with a clear mind, and I'm a good sport about it. Just expect a good fight.
TJ, we'd thank you for your time. Would you like to thank any of your sponsors before we let you go?
I'd like to thank my sponsors. I'd like to thank Head Rush, Venom, Training Mask, Lexani. I'd like to thank my friend Kent from Razor Nation Kennels, Manny Martinez from Chingon Fightwear. I'd like to thank all my training partners, family, and friends. Thank you guys. Pretty blessed. I'd like to thank my daughter too, Mom, I love you. And my grandma, thank you.
Enter code HUB749 for a domain name discount, and enter the codes below for other great discounts from GoDaddy.com.